were you the story writer for the first game?
Yes, I was. Basically, the story writing and narrative design here, well, basically it boils down to one single idea. So when I came up with this idea, it was just that was the core. At that time, we didn't know that we wanted to do separate games. It was just that we wanted to create a game about Van Helsing, and it soon became quite obvious that we are going to need a bigger game. So here we have the separate episodes, and it means that in broad strokes, we knew what's going to happen later.
Okay.
Even when we started working on the first part.
Okay, so we'll only have 2 games. You don't plan a trilogy or anything like that for now? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
It's planned as a trilogy. So yes, there's going to be another one.
Since you planned the 3 games as one story.
Well, basically it's just one huge setting, but
Yeah.
all the games are standalone. So you don't have if you don't play through, I don't know, the first game, you can absolutely enjoy the second one because they are set in the same world, they have the same protagonist, and yes, they have connections, but they are all standalone stories. They have a beginning, they have an ending. So, but if you play all 3 of them, you will have a more, I don't know, the experience is different. It's like, I don't know, you will see the reasons behind certain events.
Okay.
You will know why this or that particular, I don't know, villain did what he did, and so on. But you don't have to. They are standalone games, but they are tied together as a trilogy.
One of the events, one of the first choice you make in the first game is with the werewolves. So, of course, they will appear again. And how much, for example, let's take this simple first example. But how much will this simple events affect the second game, and will it?
We wanted to include more scenes like this in the first game. We wanted to create situations where you could choose, and you could, later you will see that your choice has an impact on the story. But we are right in the middle of balancing and testing.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm not really sure how much we will have in the game, but we have plenty of plot points and scenes where we want to use the same storytelling device and give players more freedom to choose.
It's great. Other games have worked as trilogies these last years and worked well at that. Will you be able to import your save game from one game to another, and how much will it impact the next one?
In Van Helsing 2, you can import your previous character and you can start a new one, and you can if you import your character, you start the game on level 30. You can create a level 30 character, but also you can choose to create a level 1 character. It means that you have all sorts of options to start Van Helsing 2. The difference is the difficulty of the game.
Okay.
Certainly if you start on level 1, you don't get the same treatment as level 30 characters. But story-wise, it's still the same story. So there are no exceptions for starting out on level 1 or level 30. It's the same story, the difficulty level is different.
Will it be harder if you start a new character at level 1? Or
Only in terms of difficulty, but
Okay.
you will get the same story.
Okay.
But you don't Just a fairly simple example. You won't the monsters you will meet on level 1 might be similar to the monsters you meet on level 30, but they will be modified to.
They will scale to your level.
They will scale back.
In the first game, what was interesting with Van Helsing is that normally Van Helsing is the vampire killer, and you were called by vampires to give a hand, and you had to work with them. Will it be the same in the second game? How will the relationship with those vampires go? In a few words, don't spoil too much.
No,
of
I
the
don't
game.
want to spoil anything. In the second part, it's not so clear cut, because after the events of the first game, what we have in Borgovia, in our fictional land, is chaos. The whole city, the whole kingdom is in chaos, which means that you still, you will still have this divide between the classic monsters and weird technology, as we had it in the first game, but this time it's a bit different, because Van Helsing has Van Helsing has become the leader of the group called the Resistance, those fighters who are trying to stand their ground against the mad scientists and weird technology, which means that Van Helsing is still working together with everyone trying to defeat mad science, and it could be every citizens and vampires and werewolves as well, because all feel threatened. And on the other hand, we have an army. We have the army of the former regime, an army of clockwork soldiers and strange creatures, all designed to be soldiers. So we have a scientific army moving against our heroes. So yes, we have the same opposition like in the first game, but this time it's more. It's the sides are not black or white. We have all sorts of creatures on this side, and we have all sorts of technological marvels and creatures on the other side, and there's going to be a clash.
Et voilà, c'était le deuxième épisode de notre série sur les The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing 1 et 2 bien sûr, qui sort le 19 avril. On a encore un épisode avec plein d'infos, mais c'est normal, on va aller directement chez Neocore Games pour les prendre. Et puis on a notre preview du jeu qui arrive aussi, et puis qui va vous montrer encore d'autres choses, parce que pour y avoir déjà un petit peu joué, il ressemble, mais vous allez voir, ça va quand même vous surprendre, je pense. En tout cas, je ne sais pas vous, mais cet épisode m'a gravement donné envie de décagner du vampire. Ah